Welcome to or should I say, welcome back to What If the Zuko Was Footman, Part 2. In Part 1, I went over like a whole main storyline and how the Zuko went from a innocent little child that was abandoned by his family, and he gets a, like that, like abandoned by his girlfriend because his she had a crush on him, but the since he was quirkless, the his girlfriend and left him for someone that's yeah, and the whole shenanigans. So the basically so Zuko, or where we left off, the Zuko went overpowered. Basically, and where is it? 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 It basically looked like that, but with red, kind of like red hockey. Give me a minute to find it. It's there. It is. Kind of looked like that, but on a whole nother level. Yeah. So yeah, Zuko, like used his full power, as everyone could not believe this kid, and as his eyes glowing with fire, like his eyes were on fire. Dean, yeah, and he had the same look what Naga had in that one episode from the that slime movie. The basically, yeah. So sorry if you could not hear me, but the I was so loud. Yeah. So basically, Zuko says to them that ready to have some fun, pro heroes. And so, yeah, Zuko ends up beating the snot out of the villains. And yeah, the bunny girl was the first one to go. Like, actually, Almain says that if I knew that you had this much power, I would have just gave you the one for all, Zuko. Oh, my name's not Zuko anymore. It's Footman, hun. And you will respect that name as long as you live. As he throws his fireball. Or, yeah. Yeah, so Zuko, who as the debris, or as the villains are like, or no, the pro heroes are fighting, and some of them are like the students broke out of their prison cells, and they were got exported out of there, but the somehow Momo made like a dynamite thing and put it in the machine. In as Zuko was looks over and he sees this dynamite as he or it was a ticking time bomb thing. So then he tells his commander, or actually her, to get out of here. It's they set a bomb. Yeah. So then the villains, so all the villains teleported out of there as he's about to, or as he gets like down as a portal, or as he says, "Huh, now, oh, you got me, huh." As they knew that he won't betray them, so they're like asking him, "Where are they going to? Where did you teleport them?" And the huh, the only nothing that you can do about it. And so her and her were crying. She Because both of them wants Zuko to be their boyfriend, their husband. Yeah. So he sacrificed his own life to save the Harley Quinn alliance as she he recruited him, and she respects him as a person. So, but she even has a quirk that is inside her body that allows her to like physically, or no, mentally activate her or whoever's quirk or whoever's ability. Let's see. As a machine gun is aimed right at Zuko's head, and you know that won't work on me, right? As they're like, these are specially designed. If you try to escape through the portal, your head will be exploded. We put your little, or put the little microchip on behind your head. If you try to teleport or get away from us, you'll be dead. Yeah. So, yeah, scary. Yes, it scares me. So, this is the how it is. Ready? So, he says, "Huh, okay. So, tell us, where is your group headed to?" I really don't know. I do know that I won't sell my team out for or the because they are like my own family. Emily. So yeah. So it's been days, weeks, or no, yeah, days, weeks, months, years until he like because they did not give him food or water, Hunter, for days, months, weeks, years. Years. But yeah. So the he has skin and bones. But he did walk around or the just a little bit, or like he had his hands strapped, but he would never tell them that he in his own soul. Oh, like he would never tell them because he's one of the oldest ones that they so they try to like how should we like proceed with this? That boy's not human anymore. And plus we can't let him go because he is too dangerous. You're really strong, Zuko. Your willpower is strong. But how long can you last? Huh. That's funny. I could last days, weeks, and months. Everything. So, basically, they tried so hard. They tried so hard to to make him confess and to like where they are at and all that stuff. But he's still strong as a human. So, plus with his powers of zero and infinity, doesn't allow him to die. So he's just, this is one way of torture for him. Never had food, water, for days, months, and weeks, years. It's like, heck, imagine giving or you could not feed your dogs or animals anything for one whole week or one whole year. Imagine that. Like, Zuko went from being a like this size to being the like skin as bones. Bones. Or how Luffy looked like when he like was changed from his gear 5th to like the back to his normal self. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please turn on the subtitles before. But I could not find the image of the one I was trying to look for. It was the image where, or it was an image that Luffy went from being like Joy Boy back to himself, but with a long face. Oh, give me a moment. It basically looked like him without any without any stomach. He looked gross. Like they could not believe that they should have fed him, but that was his torture. But the Luffy theme, or no, Zuko was like, that's just funny. You're funny looking. Yeah. So, Luffy does, or no, I keep saying Luffy because of the What If series that I made. So, then, because years, or a couple of years have passed, she devised a plan to get Zuko out of there. Safely, not the... So, and he did not, I repeat, he did not trim his hair, because his hair was so long that even he did not shave, so he looked like an old man. And as the pro heroes are like, whoa. But they feed everyone else except for him. The machine hing, the device that was placed onto his neck was wired up so that if he does use it, or his power, his head explodes. But then so everyone thinks that's torture. Like, it was scary. So in order to he looks up as his eyes were now dull. Like, kind of like blindness. And they could not believe it. They need to feed him and treat him with, kindness thing. But he's so, he was so powerful, they just can't let him go. So, and no one talks to him. He felt so isolated that even it was a soundproof room that they put him in. And they did not realize that he is now way older because his body, they did not realize that he was born different from all of the quirks. All of them, all the students were only 15 and 16, but Zuko was 17, and then through every single year, or like, he was growing so old, more than like a normal average human grows. So he ends up looking like a adult, or no, he looks like an old man now. Oh. As everyone at the meeting says that, man, this kid hasn't moved an inch, or he did not say a word, or anything like that. Well, for days, weeks, and months, and years, man, this kid is tougher than he looks. But man, and plus he aged so fast, like he faster than them. They look like they're in their like 30s, or I don't know how old that some of them are, but they still look the same age, like 25 or 21. I think Mountain Lady is younger, but Zuko is older than the rest of them. Instead of 18, he's 18 million years old. Imagine them, as they could not believe it. This kid hasn't seen a sunlight since after he got kidnapped, or got like, yeah. So then, yeah. So then his body structure, like or the machine was so Zuko was so thin that he looked just like the image that I showed you here. This one. Zuko looked like that. But way more skinny. Like, that guy from, like, Demon Slayer thing. You know, like how he was, like, here. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, here. He looked like a skeleton. Yeah, so he did not look good. As the door opens, as he lifts one of his eyes, or his head, as one of the tendrils, as as they said, man, you've been in here so long. um, hmm, um, that huh, you're not huh, here to intimidate me again. Huh. It's been so long since I've seen my own. Um, it's remember that there's a couple of the abandoned warehouses. This is, or as he's mumbling like the. But let's say a girl that had really good hearing, the pro hero that could hear good. Tell us more about how the that abandoned warehouse. So tell us, okay? Or actually, he mumbles more. I see. They're they're in the game as he as they reach into his pocket as they pull out the card earn as Nezu who walks up and asks him the him basically tell us the truth, or is this true coordinate, or are you gonna tell a fib? As he mumbles again, and she says, "It is true. He said it." As they went to the location, and turns out it was true. Where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 of them meet up. Where? Who sold us out? The your friend, the footman, and was has sold you out. It took him long enough. And they could not believe it. Uh, they could not believe that Luffy, or not Luffy, I almost said, so they could not believe that Zuko sold them out. But then she realized, I knew that you and rest of ya knew, or I knew that he wouldn't tell you until he because he was one of my subordinates. And I hope that, and it's already too late for you. Because you know why? This machine, you can't just stop your quirk. It will make the army of the... But there's one other thing. Your this machine was also designed to honor Zuko himself. What do you mean? When before he got captured, way before, he told me what he saw in his vision, that the world would end and everyone with quirks and quirkless would die by their own sins. Yeah, that's true. As they could not believe it. But now the Zuko, who is now in the... So they meet up with Zuko, and he looked like the undead skeleton. Or almost near death. As the Nezu walks up to Zuko, or actually, the Nezu's, or All Might could sense there was no, Zuko wasn't a true villain. He was been so manipulated, and even it was no point of him if his head explodes, because he's immortal. As All Might says, he's immortal. Because whoever contains infinity and zero, or was he born with it? Yes. There's no point of having that explosive onto his head. He could have just exploded his hand at any time. Okay. So then Nezu walks up to Zuko. He asks Nezu asks Zuko if he wants to become a UA. As he looks at him, as he forgot how to speak normally, so he's mumbling with his head down. So when he lifts his head up to see a blurred image. That's why Zuko is blind. They were like, man, that's terrifying. As she wants to take a peek before, as she looks in and she sees her own support lad. This is what it is. noted that the people born with infinity and zero are they could age faster than an average human. What do you mean? As All Might says, what do you mean? As she says that the person that has born with it can age faster. Like, imagine one day turns into 100 days, into a month, and then 31 months in a year times 2.9 million years. He is now go from 18, age of 18, to 18 million years. As Asashi can't believe it. That his own son aged faster than anyone. Yeah, just imagine how terrifying that would have been. Like your son growing up faster than like average person. Kids grow up so fast. Not literally. Yeah. So then and plus with him in, so Nezu who says, you're 18,000 years or 18 million years instead of the 18. How does that work? So then the All Might says, well, the as let's how do you feel about being a pro hero? As he mumbles, as he nods his head back and forth, as he doesn't see Nezu, he sees a white blob. As one of the pro heroes says, yeah, man, we need to find a person that reverses the process. So then they just activate the bomb from Zuku's head and strapped him as they told him to get up. But he is deaf too. So he is blind. He can't talk straight. He can't hear straight. Like, so, yeah. As Nezu tells all of them that how about, like, pick him up? Is that how you treat your elders? So one of them picks him up slowly as he tries to gain, like, as the as they move his as he falls over on flat on his face. Ooh, we should have just kept him. So then, yeah. So he walks, or he gets, or they got him back up. They So he walks over, or he tries to get his balance. So Asashi can't believe that his own son is overpowered, but he can't. They could not believe that he. Yeah. So, in order to. So, let's say during the 1 month, the overhaul versus, like, yeah, whole battle thing. Overhaul. He didn't. So the. Yeah. So Ares, after the. So Zuko gets up, or he sat on a bench, and no, or he stepped outside, as he looks up, um, as he walks, huh? Huh? And yeah, he is like he can't see straight, so he. So then, little Miss Ares woke up from her, like, little nap thing, and she sees this old guy that like his beard is now touching the floor, and his hair was longer than hers, and yeah. So, but then she practices the uh, with her, like, power thing, and yeah, she ends up activated her power. Uh, Zuko went from the wrinkled, crippled old guy with, like, blindness, and his hair was super long, to being back to his normal self. His. Let me show you. Oh, my eye itched. Into this one. He still had. Or he has green hair. But now he looks like an 18-year-old again. As he. Yeah. So, it took a lot out of the Ares' quirk. And yeah. So then Zuko looks around. Hmm? Um, and he says, huh. Give me some time to move my neck around. And thank you. Okay. So then Zuko was, because the side effect to having this immortality is that he can grow faster than the average human, and I already said that stuff. So yeah. So actually, the only two people that were escaped was Tia and that girl. So then Zuko joins UA and he gets class 1A. And he doesn't like, or he ends up being a basically so basically they told him that he is the most powerfulest person in the world. So he ignores Ochako because Ochako dumped him, as he remembers. He wasn't born yesterday. He, as Ochako understands that he might have a grudge against him, but Ochako was like dating Bakugo, but then Bakugo dumped her, and he went for Zumi, and ended up, yeah. So did Momo, because the Momo gets abandoned by Todoroki. Todoroki falls in love with Zumi, and Momo ended up getting, like, trying to think. So, between four girls, all four of them think about Zuko. So then the day comes, and so Tia and her he went back to home, or to the streets, or to his own apartment, and he ends up becoming a strong guy. So Momo, Ochako walked up to Zuko, and so both of them had a personal question. If he had to choose between four of them, because they know that between her and Ochako and Momo, would he choose to date one of them, or who would it be? So Zuko's body was still thin from the lack of protein things, but then he says, if you really think about it, or I thought about it, if I had to choose between, like, all four of you, I would have chosen all four of you. Because I really don't really care if... Okay? So then, he trained his body, like, every single day, every single night, as everyone's like, dude, you need to eat. Dude, you need to eat. What did they do to you? Oh, that makes you not eat. As Nezu was like known or did not know about the something changed inside Zuko's body. So they were like, so he trained harder and harder. As everybody's like wondering why he's not eating. Like, he worked through the days and the nights without any sleep. As they all ask him, like, why you don't sleep? You, as Zuko says, it's because my power doesn't allow me to die, so I can, and plus I have unlimited stamina, so I could go all day and all night too. So then, yeah, Zuko is the proud person. So he ends up like getting. So he was in a suit, like suit and tie, and not married to Ochako, Momo, that girl, and her. So, yeah. So the rest of them, like the other three, were in prison. And, yeah. So then Ochako, or no, so he trains more and more every single day, every single week. So they're like, man. And he still looked like, I'm trying to find, he looked like, instead of looking like what he is now, he looked like, no, hold on, he looked like that. With like, yeah. So they're like wondering why he does look like that. So Principal Nezu and all the pro heroes, like, they acknowledged, or actually Mr. Ozawa asks him, why aren't you in bed? I have unlimited stamina. Because of my infinity power keeps me going. And plus with my immortality, I can never die. So, yeah. So then they're like, yeah, you need to rest. Come on. No. Put some food in you. So then the day came, the pro heroes, instead of resting him again, or Midnight try to make him fall asleep, but he couldn't. But then they did. And the manages to put him to sleep. thing and like puts him in bed. And like, you know, so then the next morning he got up, and they served him some breakfast, some actual food. But then he took a bite out of it, and as they he could not, or they could not believe that he, is it not to your taste, or as the guy with the big lips was like, he had like some donuts around when the, yeah. So then when Zuko looked like, and so they made him like back to normal size. And plus, Nezu says you trained all through this entire month, this entire year. So you need a break from it. Like, non-stop hump one. So then, flippin' Zuko was like, okay. The so then Asashi and Inko came to UA, and she wants to spend time with her overpowered son. So they agree, and so Zuko spent time with him. The the as Inko brings up a question, how does it how did you, I know that you're powerful, Zuko, but how does it feel to have this much power? At first, you never notice it until someone points it out to you. And then you start noticing it. But other than that, it seems like everything being like too overpowered seems kind of boring to me. As Inko was like, huh, is that what you think, Zuko? Who? Yeah, that's what I think. Having these, like, abilities of Infinity and Zero is kind of boring. Like, bores me out of my mind. I would rather had, like, a quirk like yours or Asashi's or my own sister's or anyone's. And because being this overpowered is kind of tiring. Yeah, so Inko's like starts to tear up as she, like, when they walked into, or they just got out of the vehicle at the store. Inko hugs Zuko, and she says that every do Zuko, don't forget that I still love you. So yeah. Then the kids grew up, they had more kids and more and more. Then now in the near future, the Zuko is now what I just said in before, 18,000 years old. So, peace out, y'all. Bye.